Agassi again. This man is a story in and of himself. He's been the most charismatic tennis star for as long as just about some of us anyway can remember, and he loves to play tennis right here in Miami, P-Mac.
He sure does, and isn't it amazing to think that was back in 1990 when this man, Andre Agassi, won his first NASDAQ championships? Well, he's won 5 since. He loves the conditions down here. He won here the last 2 years, last year over Federer in the finals, and what a match he played in the previous round, Cliff. Yesterday against the Moroccan. You know him, we know him, we saw him in Australia, Younes El Anaoui, and we had some great quarterfinal matches in all the men's quarters, but this one turned out to be the best tennis of them all. El Anaoui with the stab volley. First set went to the tie break, but Agassi showing his brilliance as the set went on, sets this one up, and look at this little dipper. Cross court, Agassi wins the first set in the tie break. Second set, Agassi jumped out to a 4-2 lead. Looked like he was going to run away with it, but how about the Moroccan with some brilliance of his own? 4 straight games. We go to the third set, and in the third set, I mean, talk about, Cliff, being able to put the clamps on your opponent. Agassi making 0, that's right, 0 unforced errors in the final set.
Well, I know that you think that sometimes I tend to overstatement, Patrick, but I will say this, that this was the best tennis that I've seen on this tennis court here ever. It was a brilliant display, and El Anaoui, again, was a part of it, just like he was in Australia with the great wins that he had down there over Leighton Hewitt. Now Andre Agassi in action, and the question is whether he can win another one. He's taken on Costa of Spain, French Open champ, who is not as at home on a hard court, but is still a very dangerous competitor.
He is, and you saw that all 12 of his singles titles have come on clay, including, of course, last year's French Open. He had a remarkable match in his quarterfinal match against the Swiss talent Roger Federer, and this one started on Thursday, and we'll pick it up here. Action in the first set. Costa, I like the way he's getting to net a little bit more on the hard court, showing some good versatility at the net. He wins the first set in the tie break, but Federer gets his all-court game going in the second set. Look at this athleticism. I mean, this guy's a genius around the net. He wins the second, and it looked for all the world as Federer went up a break in the third and had some match points in the third set that he was going to win it in 3. But Costa comes back, and then at 5-6 deuce in the final set, the rain came.
It's just slippery.
Norm Chris. Hey, he's a heck of a chair.
Let's wait for a few minutes.
But he's no weatherman. We waited.
He lost it all night.
We waited till the next day, and at 5-6 deuce, these guys had to come back at noon yesterday and finish this one. And it was some tight stuff. I mean, who could blame these guys for coming out in a situation like that? So we go to the tiebreak. Costa was just a little steadier. The forehand sets it up, puts it away, and then at match point tries to drop shot, and somehow it works. So Costa wins it in a tiebreak in the final set, moving him into this semifinal matchup. Of course, Carlos Moya, another Spaniard, waiting for the winner of this one in the championship match.
So this tournament has seen it all from the city of Miami on a beautiful day, and Key Biscayne, which is just a short drive, about 15 minutes from downtown. Welcome, everyone. There's golf to be played out here, swimming to be done, and tennis to be played. This is Costa and Andre Agassi. Costa is about to start. He has got a tough assignment here today against Agassi, who's played about as well this year as he's ever done. Or is that another overstatement?
No, I think you're on that one. I don't think we can overstate how well Agassi's been playing this year. He's only lost 1 match. You can't overstate what this guy's done. I mean, in the last 4 or 5 years, reinventing himself and winning 5 slam titles past the age of 29. It's remarkable.
Soon to be 33 years old. This man from Las Vegas, that's where he's born, that's where he's been. Well, he's got a place up in California now, San Francisco area.
He does, but it sounds like he's spending more time in Las Vegas now. We saw his record this year, off to a flying start with that win at the first major of the year in Australia. Another win in San Jose.
Shoulder injury took him out for the Indian Wells tournament. The Pacific Life. I think it's fair to say about Costa, don't underestimate him.
That's for sure. I mean, this guy knows how to compete. He knows how to win matches. He's smart. That win at the French obviously was his breakthrough, but he's always been a dangerous opponent, a great clay court player. 8-5 this year. Didn't do much in the beginning of the year, but obviously getting on a roll here in Miami.
Talked about this before, Patrick, how Agassi likes to play down here. Some humidity maybe helps him control the ball a little better. I'm not sure why that's the case, because from Las Vegas, of course, the rarefied air there, desert, you'd think he'd do well in places like Scottsdale. But
He does.
he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But with all that said, I mean, he has won every Grand Slam. So he knows how to adapt to conditions. Simple as that. 30-all.
Well, the humidity, Cliff, makes the balls a little bit heavier, and what it does is it makes it more difficult for opponents. Obviously, Andre can play great anywhere in any conditions, but it makes it tougher for a player to get hot. Like in desert conditions where it's a little bit drier, the ball flies through the air. Maybe someone has a big serving day. It's tougher to do that here in Miami, and that's why Andre's been able to win here 5 times.
Break point first game. Tell you what, big point here. Big point, because Agassi has been so successful in his own serve. I know this is just the first game, but you got to keep your nose out front if you can.
Oh, yes. Beautifully done there by Costa. Look at this. Yeah, there's tennis courts everywhere on this island, Cliff. Is that your place?
That is, yeah, that's my place in my dreams. Look at that. That's right on the water. That's got to be off of Miami Beach, or maybe a Star Island, one of the islands heading to Miami Beach is my guess.
You don't want to miss a lob on that court, because it'll be tough to track that one down. Goodyear blimp. It's giving us these beautiful shots around Miami.
Costa can breathe a little easier now with game point instead of break point 2 points ago. He's struggling here. I guess we're going to find out how fit Costa is today.
Yeah, we usually do when the players go up against Agassi, but Andre, as he's been able to do so often, Cliff, getting off to a very quick start, he just seems to come out of the blocks always with his best stuff. Good depth on that return, and Costa on his heels.
Look, he's looking forward to the clay courts. He is in great shape. There's no question. In fact, remember, I mean, he played that long match in China at the end of the year with Moya. That lasted almost 3 hours. Just a little different, as you've always said, against Agassi.
First serve from Costa at 117 miles an hour. There's Darren Cahill, Agassi's coach, and what a job he's done taking over from Brad Gilbert a little over a year ago. Got to give him a lot of credit, because the only way you can have success picking up a guy like Agassi is to basically be #1 in the world, #1 or 2. And he's answered that challenge.
7 minutes later, we still haven't finished the first game. The game point here for the server.
Oh yes. That kick serve can be real effective on clay, Cliff, and that's one of Costa's favorite serves. Saw him use that last year to win the French, but on the hard court it doesn't quite get up as high, and of course Agassi is able to step in on the return. Costa has to be careful of overusing that serve in this matchup. Probably got to try to hit more serves into the Agassi body. Slide it in. You can even kick it into the body.
I thought Costa had a winner there, and Agassi turned it into one. Look at this.
The quickness that Agassi has been working on in this past off season really paying off for him. That's just tremendous stuff.
Going to the towel, both of them.
He covered some territory there and had plenty left to get a little pace on that angled backhand, and Costa couldn't catch up to it. You can't just drop that back over, Cliff. And Agassi gave it a little punch.
Yeah. This is his third break point, first game of the match. Costa keeps it even here in the first game. By the way, Pima, I don't want to aggravate. Well, I don't mind aggravating you. Connors at the U.S. Open. How old was he in that year, that his last year when
39.
he played? 39. So there's longevity-wise, Agassi is still only 32.
He's got 7 years. Yeah. Be 33 in about a month.
He beat a few good players en route there to the semi that year.
Great players, Cliff.
Oh, wow. Great point for Agassi. Agassi. And still on the subject of Jimmy Connors, he played against Ken Rosewell in the final of the US Open when Rosewell was 39 years old. I guess I'm getting to this question of longevity for Agassi. This is his 17th year playing here in Miami. Another break point.
He's fourth in this opening game. Oh, Costa showing some guile there. He was behind the baseline on this one. Where Costa is here. And the dropper. Where he's standing and just coming under it at the last second. Agassi was completely fooled. Back to deuce.
12 minutes later, one game not finished. This keeps up.
We could do a differential, and we're not even done with the first game here. Look at this. 5 winners for Costa, 3 Agassi, no errors for Agassi. Look at this, second serve, ace. It's his third ace. Agassi keeping that unforced error streak alive. Didn't make one in his final set against Elanawi. Jose Perlas, who's working with Costa, worked for Moya for a number of years. Train out of Barcelona.
Agassi says, not yet. I'm enjoying this game. Want to see some more, work the over a little bit. This is deuce again.
Half volley there, and Costa going back to the Agassi forehand, but he read that. He was anticipating that one. And lines this up. Look at that racket speed, that acceleration.
Seen a lot of that this tournament. If you approach against Andre Agassi and he gets to the ball, his passing shots are lethal.
Yeah, we've got a highlight package just in the first game here.
Cheers.
14 minutes and counting.
First double for Costa. One-two punch there, 120-mile-an-hour serve. Costa with his guys hit 7 winners, and he's still in the first game of the match, hasn't held serve. Oh, hello.
Getting beyond the joke here. This 15-minute first game still going. 3-1 Agassi. The first time they played, Costa won him, but that was way back when.
And on the clay,
96.
Agassi winning that easily and going on to win his first Masters Series title on the clay last year. Got Tommy Haas in the final.
Costa with a Game point.
Third attempted drop shot in this game. His first, well, actually, no, the first one didn't pay off. Agassi ran it down.
24 points have been played so far. First game.
Does this game feel like it's like 4-all in the third or something? They're taking their time.
Break point, his 5th chance. He's had 4. And Steffi Graf watching. That's mom too.
That's her mom, yeah. Heidi Graf, yeah. Andre's mother-in-law.
Heidi.
Costa started shaking his right leg and sort of hip area there. Agassi be hurting him already after in the first game. Oh, he missed that. Finally.
Andre Agassi to the sidelines with a breaker serve in the first game. Our aerial shots courtesy of Goodyear, who'd like to remind you to take all of life's journeys
On the wings of Goodyear. Okay.
Nice. Well, not too many wings on that airship up
No,
there.
no.
But thanks for the pictures, guys. They are really. That's a look at Key Biscayne. That's the whole island. About population here, approximately 10,000. Bottom left of your screen, golf course where they play the senior event every year. Carlos Moya is in the championship. He's waiting for the winner of this one between Costa and Agassi.
Yeah, Moya's really looked good. That win over Ginepri was a great match and a tiebreak in the third. And then last night over Srishafan, pretty easily. Moya looking, and he's happy because he has the day off today. So that means that the winner of this one is going to have to come back tomorrow. And remember, Agassi had the tough 3-setter yesterday, so that could be a factor. If, assuming Agassi gets through this one, that gives Agassi a little more motivation to try to finish this match off as quickly as he can.
Let's point out to our faithful viewers, Patrick, that this we were not supposed to be on the air today, but because of the rain the other night, this semi-final match could not be played yesterday. $30 love Agassi.
Agassi's had a little tougher road the last couple of matches. He had the bye with the seed, and then Michael Chang and his farewell tour won that easily. Niemanen got munched up. Philippoussis played a pretty good match against Agassi, won the first set, and then Agassi rolled. First a win over Elanawi.
I've heard wins described in a lot of ways, but munched up, I think, is probably the first for me.
I always like to give you something just a little new. Agassi just blasting that two-hander up the line. Costa has had more difficult last couple of matches. Rokas and Masui won pretty easily. Correa gave him some trouble, the young Argentinian. That was a tight match, and then Federer, of course, 6th in the third.
Well, he said after the Federer match, quite rightly, that when they came out after that delay in the rains, they basically played a tie break for the match, and that it was a coin toss, and he won it. A couple of the friendly folks here.
Be careful over there.
Are those? Is that alligators or that? What are we looking at?
Alligators.
Ray?
Yeah, they're over there. They're ready to pounce.
It's a live shot there from the Goodyear blimp.
Just have a little lunch there. Getting better with age, Andre Agassi.
15.
Love 15, 2 games to Agassi. Make that 15 love.
How about this one? Gave you the sneak peek of this one. Now we get to take a look at it. Laver with 44 titles after age 30. The Muscles, Rosewall with 29. Arthur Ashe with 20. Jimbo Connors and Agassi.
We were tough in those days, P-Mac. We didn't give up at 28.
Longevity, huh?
Yeah, man.
Gets stronger with age. So much for that, you know, the players are done when they're 30 these days. Agassi, Elanawi. Still not quite the norm now that it was in your day, Cliff.
No.
This Agassi still with 0 unforced errors and 7 winners already.
No, the unforced errors is really amazing because he didn't make an unforced error in the last set of his last match. And he just lost 4 straight games to lose the second set in his last match with Elanawi.
There's the first one. There it is. Finally makes an error. He's distraught now.
30 all, 2 games to Agassi, first set. It's Carlos Moya of Spain waiting for the winner of this. Break point Agassi for 3 love and an insurance break in the first. He's got one already. This is 24 minutes old, this match, and we've just seen 2 games.
If ever there was an example, Cliff, I think, of unleashing a barrage of body blows early in a match and a fight, this is it, because I don't see how Costa is going to be able to stay in this points. Agassi's just jerking him around.
So Andre Agassi gets another break. He's cruising. We're in the cruise ship capital of the world here. Right out of Miami and get on one of these beauties and head out for a fine vacation. Break, Agassi to serve, leading by 3 games to love. This is a semi-final of the men's singles. Let's show you what happened in the other semi.
Carlos Moya really dominant from the start. Parador and Srichaphan, who's had a good week, beating Todd Martin along the way in the quarterfinals. Has to break points early, but it was Moya really was always in charge of this match, dictating play with that forehand. Look at the movement from Moya. And when he's hitting his backhand that well and with that much confidence, you're in trouble. And Carlos Moya, all-court game, cruised in the second set. I'll tell you, it's going to be like a real great final if Moya and it's Agassi, as it looks like it's certainly going to be.
He is a tennis player, Moya, a little bit like Federer. He's got every shot in the book. And add his name to this list. Agassi has won this the last 2 years. Sampras, Krejcik, Rios before that.
Costa sort of gave his look up to his coach after that last point in the previous game and just sort of shrugged his shoulders like, This isn't happening out here.
Yeah,
I need some help. What can I do?
That's bad body language, though. That.
There you go. That's what you can do.
Yeah, I really don't like to see that from the guys. I know how you feel mentally, but don't give it away. Don't show anybody. That's more like it. 15 all.
There you go. Got to take some more chances, Costa. I mean, his normal go-to game, which is looping the ball, working the points, it's not going to get it done against Agassi. He's got to take some risk. Slap a couple of forehands like that and just try to unnerve Andre a little bit. Break points for Costa to get one back.
So he gets the break back. 3-1 Agassi.
Baseball season getting underway.
3-1 Agassi as Costa gets one break back.
Fourth ace for Costa. Costa, he's trying to flatten that forehand out a little bit, and it worked in the last game, but it's risky.
Exactly. So my sense is that Agassi is saying, you know what, if you can do it, you can win them, but let me see you keep making shots like that, and I don't think it's in him.
Prowess, but a few of the Spaniards have made it to the semifinals of this NASDAQ 100. Of course, Moya in the final, waiting for the winner, Francisco Clavet, the veteran. He took out Hewitt here this year. Alex Correia, Sergi Bruguera, and Emilio Sanchez back in 1990.
30-all.
Moya had the win in Cincinnati last summer at the Tennis Masters Series event there.
Took out Leighton Hewitt in the final.
I missed that one. Trying to finish the points a little more quickly, Costa. Showed you all of his singles titles have come on the clay for Albert Costa, all 12 of them. And, he's been in 21 career finals, 20 of them. One exception, 96 in Dubai, where he lost to Goran Ivanisevic.
Has not held serve yet, Costa, and here's another break point. 32 minutes into this match, scores 3-1. Agassi.
Advantage Agassi.
And Agassi's made 3 unforced errors in nearly in more than half an hour.
Well, the key number there is the second serve points won, 26%, and that's where Agassi is doing his damage.
Desperation there, because that wasn't going to work anyway. Still no service holds for Albert Costa of Spain. 2 breaks, Agassi 4-1. 4 games to 1 Agassi, 2 breaks in the first set. It's been a long time. Agassi has lost here. I mentioned that he won the last 2. Let's check on what's going on.
That's Bill Norris, the tour trainer, who just treated Albert Costa on this changeover. I noticed earlier, Cliff, that he was sort of looked like he was flexing his right hip, right leg.
You mentioned that.
And that may be what's causing him some grief right now. It might be more so of what he's seeing from the other side of the court. Like that.
And Agassi's not going to show him any mercy.
No. Agassi's second ace. Costa just guessing, looking for the serve up the middle, and Agassi with the change up out wide. Last year, Agassi took on Marcelo Rios in the semifinals, and Rios was playing brilliantly. First set, 2 sets actually, won the first, Agassi won the second, and then Rios said no mas. I'm finito. Might not take that long today. Might be after the first set here. Costa needs a standing 8 count.
40 love. Turning ugly. First game went on forever.
It's turning ugly early here, Cliff.
Yeah. Well, you start out, and you know, Patrick, you say it all, and it sort of amuses me. But obviously, I've become attuned to it now, and you're quite right, because Agassi says the same thing. He'll wear you down on purpose. And so if you're not in great shape, Agassi's not the kind of guy you want to be up against.
Won this title 5 times. He's won in Washington. He won earlier this year in San Jose for the 5th time there. This, as you said, no. We don't want to say anything negative about those other tournaments, Cliff, but this one is a much bigger Masters Series. Those are mid-level tour events.
It was the biggest after the Slams.
like he's going to get his first hold here. 40 love. But even in situations like this, Agassi usually stays the course.
Costa with a game point, trailing 5-1 here in the first.
Oh, boy.
40-30, Costa trying to win his first serve game of the day.
Unbelievable. I mean, that backhand Agassi just took it on the rise. This one then that sets this forehand up. It's now just Costa's not able to run these balls down right now, so Agassi's start hitting more and more winners. Oh, there's another winner. It's just jumping, just munching on this. What's that, South Beach there?
That is South Beach.
Come on, we need a close-up down there.
That's about, let's see, by car about 15 minutes from here. If you were flying, it would be like 30 seconds.
15 minutes. You're driving pretty fast, Cliff.
No, it's not that far
All
from
right.
here.
Okay.
I live here. I know how far it is.
You know this island paradise. Costa wishes you were there.
Deuce, 1-5 first set. Warm day out there here in Miami. And a beautiful winter weather-wise, to be honest. And nevertheless, these fans are fanning themselves because it's hot in the stands. Sun directly on everyone. Game point.
Costa, look at, he's just distressed and misses his serve. He says, how can I hold my serve here? There he goes, finally.
Costa has, for the first time, held his serve. He's got 2 games. Agassi has got 5, and he'll serve the first set when we come back. This is the NASDAQ 100 Open men's singles semifinal. Albert Costa taking on Andre Agassi. Costa's the French Open champion, but he is hurting. 5-2. Agassi is ahead, and it's a long time since he's lost a match here, P-Mac.
Gustavo Kirten in the semifinals a couple of years ago, and Duga with that flowing baseline game, the forehand winner, and then the ace on match point. Now Kirten went on to play a great final against against Pete Sampras, losing. So that's the last match that Andre Agassi has lost on this court. So Larry Passos there, Kirten's longtime coach.
Going to tie the record today here, and Andre Agassi for the first set. Consecutive wins here in Miami.
No, it's just too good. I mean, Agassi can flatten it out up the line. And we can hook it cross court. Is that Mary Jo out there? A little snorkeling out there. Biscayne Bay off that beautiful boat there. Agassi with his 4th ace. 2 points from the first set. Triple set point. Agassi continuing to serve effectively, swing his opponents out wide, open the court up. Costa wants no part of having to run these balls down right now. There it is.
Agassi easily 6-2, struggled in the early stages, but really has taken control of the match. Set 2 when we come back to the NASDAQ 100 Open. Andre Agassi has won this the last 2 years. He's trying to make it 3 in a row, and he's looking pretty good in the semifinal at least. 6-2 in the first set. Here's what happened.
Well, how about that first game? What the last 17 minutes, Cliff? The first game, and
Yeah.
that was the best stuff in that set. This was from the first game. Agassi running it down. Costa, I mean, what do? You've got to have a major weapon in your arsenal against Agassi. Right now, the way he's playing, guess is right on this floor. That was still from the first game, and Agassi hitting the ball crisply and running away with that first set 6-2. So here are the stats. Good first serve percentage for Agassi. A couple more winners. Half as many unforced errors, and they don't really see how Costa can turn this around in the second set, Cliff.
As you said, the best question is, what do you do? What do you do? And that's what Costa is facing now. NASDAQ 100 Open, semi-final, men's singles. This is Costa serving to Agassi. Cliff Drysdale here, Patrick McEnroe. First set to Agassi easily now, with the final just 1 set away for Agassi.
Lovely.
Carlos Moya waiting for the winner.
Agassi just makes this look so easy, but it's not that easy. Just step in and go inside out with the two-hander. Takes impeccable control, timing. 15.
Eight games ago, we were in the same position with Costa starting out. As you take a look at this 14,000 seat arena that is being copied by the Masters Series officials from Toronto. Going to be ready there in 04 when we go up to the great championship. They're going to have 2,000 less seats.
But they're going to have the ability to put some more in if they need it.
15:30.
Oh yes, That's what Costa needs. He's got to try to open up the court. And he can do it with his backhand. The topspin on that ball, and then he steps in, sees the opening. I think he's better off trying to do that, Cliff, rather than trying to just hit the ball flat and go for a big shot.
I agree, because there's not enough margin.
Yeah, that's more his style, is to use this heavy topspin.
It's got that's 120-mile-an-hour effort there from him. That's some juice, but consistently not enough there to really cause Agassi problems. In other words, he'd not get a lot of free points in his serve.
Wasn't a great approach shot, Cliff, but it was the pressure of the entire point that won that for Agassi. As Costa was so far behind the baseline, quite honestly, he was just fatigued by the time he had to make that shot. And that's what won Agassi that point and gives him his 9th break point. Oh, yes. Backhand winner again from the Spaniard up the line. Good depth on that second serve. Forced a short reply. Gave him that opportunity. And a really beautiful backhand as Costa. Good early preparation. Good balance and rhythm. Steps into the ball as he makes contact. Well, he tries something different there. Costa, not a bad idea. And it was a pretty good serve, actually, right into the body. But look what Agassi does with it. Right at his feet. And then he's got plenty of time to pick his spot just inside the line.
Great point for Agassi. I mean, it's just been hard. He's only held once Costa in the match. Pretty strong numbers there.
Yeah, not bad from Costa. Agassi at +9. Most of the Agassi errors came in the latter stages of that first set when he really had it firmly in hand anyway.
I just find it interesting when we come to a tournament, PMAC, where they're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, match differential, you know, -12, -20 sometimes.
Yep.
Then toward the end of the thing, things turn around completely, and now the quality of play just goes up.
Yeah, players obviously get used to the conditions. Obviously, the players that are playing well are the ones winning,
Right.
so that helps. But yeah, it's always difficult because even though you stay on the same surface, Cliff, the balls are different, the conditions are different, the court, you know, hard court to hard court doesn't mean it's exactly the same at all. Sometimes
No.
a little bit grittier, and the same with play. Some play, you know, players talk about this, the tournament in Hamburg that's much heavier. Ball doesn't bounce as high. Meanwhile, in Rome and in Paris, generally the ball jumps off the court a little bit more.
Yeah. Deuce.
Good serves from Costa. And tough opening game of the match in the first set. Agassi finally broke through, so it was 17 minutes long. So Costa trying to get this first game here.
This time a different result as Albert Costa holds on instead of being broken. 6-2, Agassi wins the first. Now Costa leading 1 in the second.
Well, but some notable champs here, of course. Agassi going for his 6th title. Sampras has won it 3 times. Lendl won it twice. Jim Courier. Max Wielander winning it once as well.
In the background, Biscayne Bay and the beaches of Key Biscayne. Spectacular scenery from Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes. And you start the village of Key Biscayne. It's not that big. And this sensational arena. P-Mac, I was thinking about the conditions here. You know, we talked about the humidity and the heat here. The U.S. Open gets pretty humid and hot sometimes.
It does. The courts are a little bit faster there, though. And so it plays a bit quicker.
Melbourne's pretty tough too. Not so much humid there.
No, but Melbourne, the conditions, as you see Costa's history, this is by far his best result at this event. Conditions. Conditions in Australia, Cliff, are generally pretty similar. Obviously, the court's slightly different, but it's pretty slow, hard court. You can work the point. That's why Agassi has done so well there. He loves playing in Australia. Good conditions today, 82. The high humidity. The U.S. Open's a bit faster. A lot faster, actually, than this and the Australian Open. So, yes, Agassi has won the Open a couple times, but it's a more challenging surface and condition for him to win on.
Agassi, 1 game in the second set to Costa. First set Agassi easily.
Andre really using his ground strokes up the line a lot in this match to try to take the time away from Costa. Usually Agassi will start to use it down the line play when he feels like he's got his opponent already slightly on the ropes. Makes him have to run more quickly. Cross-court shot is a safer shot and more of a setup play. Game points for Agassi. Agassi's 3rd double fault. First error for Agassi in the second set.
From the Spaniard, Agassi holds. It's 1 apiece in the second set. First set to Agassi, providing these pictures, the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes. Each year, the Blimps, there are more than one, visit over 100 communities and participate dozens of telecasts of major sporting events. This is a major. It's the NASDAQ 100 Open. Well, no, I'm not allowed to call it a major because there are only 4 majors, right? So
that's the way I look at it. But
so we call this a big event.
Huge.
Huge. NASDAQ 100 Open. And how nice is that? The village of Key Biscayne.
Cliff's Place over there and the beach. Great restaurants around here.
And then a national park which leads to the lighthouse on the edge. An hour old, and it is Agassi with a set, one apiece in the second.
Costa moving way over to try to open the court up. He looks to kick this one out wide. That will come a little bit closer here.
No player has won more Tennis Masters Series events than Andre Agassi. Pretty impressive. He's won 8 Grand Slams. First one he won was Wimbledon, believe it or not, on the grass courts. Most improbable first slam, I thought.
Times he's won a Master Series event. Sampras there, Muster doing most of his damage on the clay, Michael Chang most of his on the hard, Becker as well, Courier, a little bit of both, Guga Kirten and Marcelo Rios all with 5. Only guy in that list not to have won a major, Marcelo Rios.
Carlos Moya has won a major on the French Championships. He's waiting for the winner of this match. Albert Costa has won a major also. He's the holder of the French. Game point Costa.
14.
P-Mac, just overall, it's nice to see Guga Kirten. I think he's going to be a serious contender this year for Houston at the end of the year in the championships. Carlos Moya obviously looking strong. It'd be nice to see Elinali make it, wouldn't it?
It would. I think that'll be a tough task for him. I don't know if he can keep up that level of play.
Game point.
He's in good shape in the champions race right now, the Moroccan. Hewitt will be there, you can be assured of that. Roger Federer.
Agassi.
Andy Roddick with a good start in Australia, but has struggled since then.
Costa gives it the old fist pump. That's nice to see because he looked pretty disconsolate in the first set. He's up in the second on serve, 2-1. Agassi will serve and we come back to Miami. You're watching Andre Agassi versus Albert Costa in the semifinal of the NASDAQ 100 Open. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to move ahead in the semifinal match. Beautiful day for boating on Key Biscayne. Little gathering place.
A little crowded over there.
Oh, yeah, they have a little barbecue. They was having people get together, you know, P-Mac. This is...
That's the only place you can get ashore there, I think. Where are you going to go, though?
How nice is that? National Park. Costa, don't roll your eyes at this one, P-Mac, because I know it's a long way to go, but the next slam is the French Championship. And having seen what you've seen here on hard courts, no indication really. We've got a few contenders for that in the men's, don't we?
We do, and I don't think you can discount Costa playing this well on the hard.
You can't discount Agassi, obviously. No. Guga.
I wouldn't put. I don't think Guga looks. Moya, obviously Ferrero. Yeah. That's a pretty complete list right there.
Leighton Hewitt?
Not one of my favorites, but he's in as certainly in that next level of contenders. But I think clay is still always going to be his toughest task to master.
Game points, 2 games all. Second set, first set, Agassi. This is Costa to go in front.
Oh yeah, that's clean. First serve, and there's that short backswing, and Agassi with a shot that's made him famous, that return to serve. 20 winners now. It's Costa up to 21. He's really picked it up in this second set.
places it very nice. I mean, half volleys from Agassi virtually from the baseline. It's amazing stuff.
That was an amazing rally, and Andre gets to net. I think you almost sort of wanted Costa to run for this one. Just put it over there. Go ahead, go for it. About Costa, by the way, is one of the fittest guys out there. I mean, the guy won the French last year.
Says it all. Oh, that's nice. Ace from Costa in the second, and it's 3 games to 2. Costa no breaks in the second set. Yet first to Agassi 6-2.
Beach music.
Nice if they would just blimp over to Paris.
Yeah, that would be nice.
With French.
Oh. Excellent return. Costa stretched out wide. A little split step and then beautifully controlled. He just flicks his wrist at the last second. Bring that in up the line.
That says La 30.
Costa, most of his success, of course, in these Masters Series events on the clay. Hamburg, he won that. Finalist in Rome and Monte Carlo. His second semi in a hardcourt event is Cincinnati there in '97.
Most of Costa's results on clay courts.
Yes. What do we have here? 3 break points for Costa.
See if Agassi can wriggle out of this one. Fourth chance of this set for Costa. Yeah, it was a little risky to throw that one out of the forehand, but got away with it. Costa was on it too. Still break point. He had the direction.
Looking swings from Agassi here. This one he flattened it out, and then he steps in, rips that swinging volley.
3 in a row for Agassi, back even in this game. Deuce 0 of 5 now. Second set. He broke once in the first. His problem in the first set was holding serve. He only held once.
Second serve from Agassi, kicking up high. It's not easy to just jump in and attack that. You've got to time it perfectly because he gets up high around the shoulder. Not that much pace on it, but a lot of action. And Agassi keeps you guessing. You can't really lean on a particular serve as he mixes it up so well. For a little much on that second and flew on him.
5 double faults for the match for both players, actually.
Just a few more unforced errors creeping into the Agassi game. That's 7 now in this second set. Against 7 winners. Costa's number is much better. 12 winners to 6 unforced.
Oh, that's too much. It's amazing how early he hits the ball. I don't know how many times I've said that, or you for that matter, P-Mac, but you watch Agassi, he hits the ball almost on the rise before it gets to its height.
And Costa is absolutely exhausted at the other end. I mean, he's taken a long walk. He shook his head after that last shot. Just what do you do? Look at the winners, and he's played well, very well in this set. He's improved his winner to error ratio considerably. That point could have taken a lot out of the Spaniard. Agassi saves 3 break points in that game. Love 40 down. His previous service game, he was 15-40 down. Now Andre Agassi, 3 games all.
Semi-final men's singles at the Tennis Center at Crandon Park. This is Agassi and Costa, Cliff Drysdale, Patrick McEnroe. NASDAQ 100 Open. Carlos Moya waiting for the winner. 3-all second set.
Serena Williams with a win earlier today in the women's final. Taking out Jennifer Capriati. Lost the first set to Serena and wins a tough second.
Come back in the second a little bit from Capriati.
Yep.
Maybe worked too hard in the second to come back, and then was left with nothing in the third. Just a thought.
6-1 in the third for Serena. Agassi stepping it up now. He wants to close this out here if he can. He's had to work hard too as well, Cliff. I mean,
he has.
And he knows that Carlos Moya is sitting back, waiting, relaxing today. He's got a day off. Agassi's forced to play 3 days in a row because of the rain we had a couple of days ago. That's why we're able to bring you this match today. We're scheduled to do so on this Saturday.
That's the bad news for Agassi. The good news is it's only best of 3.
Correct. Yeah, it's changing this year. It was always best of 5.
Right. of this, it's, as the Australians say, signal the push.
Might as well just go for it, because
15 pitches.
Agassi upping the ante in this 7th game of this 2nd set. That time Costa has the answer, but he's taken plenty of time in between points now.
Never figured out exactly where they got Sydney of the Bush from, but it means that you just go for broke. You hit it. It's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Wide, and 2 in a row, 30 all.
Time Agassi going for it pretty early in the point. He had the opening, and if he hadn't clipped the tape, that was a clean winner.
You're right about Agassi, P. Mac. He's had to work hard also. He really has. It's very hot there. You watch these fans. They've got the fans have fans, and they're fanning themselves constantly.
Got it.
Pretty smooth in the game point. 3 in a row now. Costa's won.
With Agassi, like here from Costa, the serve out wide, steps inside the court, flattens it out. Beautiful control there. Ah, what an answer there from a great second serve from Costa. I mean, he kicked that short, pulled Agassi wide, but look at the great footwork. Look where Agassi hit that ball from, Cliff.
Yeah.
He was so far inside the line, the baseline, to cut that off. Remarkable movement and control.
That is from literally all his life experience, because his dad was his first coach, Agassi, and he put him on the baseline and would not let him back up. So he learned to half volley from there, moving forward all the time. Paid huge dividends. Costa with a hold, 4-3. Agassi to serve, and we come back to Miami and the NASDAQ 100 Open. 6-2 first set to Agassi, 4-3 Costa in the second. Agassi's number 2 now. Here he is on the subject of number 1.
To be number 1, you know, it has to be a result of doing a lot of things right. And being number 1 for a week or a short period of time, I have no interest in that. My interest is to be the best out here, so it wouldn't mean something to accomplish it. But with that being said, I need to be at my best for the biggest of tournaments so I can win the biggest of tournaments, so that there can be no question about who's number 1. And that's ultimately what you want. And you can't sort of have that in March. You know, you need that towards the end of the year, and come U.S. Open time when you know, the slams have been played and there's one left to go, and you know, to me it'd mean a lot to win another one this year.
Well, he has won the biggest of them all so far, which is the Australian Open, and that's Pete Sampras at 286.
Interesting though. Look at Leighton Hewitt there, already 69 weeks, and he's not far behind Agassi, and he's trying to hang on to number 1. He's got it. Agassi, of course, winning this tournament last year, so he won't make up much ground against Leighton Hewitt. This is the race for just starting this year, this calendar year. Agassi will have a big lead, though, and that means that Hewitt's going to have to back it up later in the year if he wants to hang on to number 1. Of course, he won Wimbledon, Hewitt, and that's the major that he has. Keeping him at number 1.
the race to the championship this year to be held in Houston, Texas. The top 8 players qualify. 15.
All.
15 all, 4-3 Costa. Agassi serving. We're on no breaks in the second yet.
Yep, quite a few opportunities. 3 for Agassi, 5 for Costa. Agassi with that explosive move, and then look at the timing on that. He's in such good position. So it all starts from there. Those feet, the little steps. That's what gets Agassi into such excellent position on each of his shots. Oh, hello. Oh, why not? Just taking it right off the shoelaces with a flicker.
Another look.
Scary thing is that he makes this look like it should be part of everyone's arsenal. I mean, that's a joke.
Game point.
Game Agassi. 4 against all. New ball, please.
Think this is break time, P-Mac?
I think it could be. I guess he's put a lot of hard work in the last couple of games.
Both had their chances, as you just said.
And that was Agassi's first really easy serve game for a little while. That should give him a little rest. Plus 11, Costa at plus 7. And he's picked up his game in this second set, the Spaniard. Look at all those shields on the Agassi name. Those are all those 15 Masters Series titles that he's won.
Agassi picks out a new racket.
New balls here at Costa's ready to serve with.
Showing some guts, this Spaniard Costa. Of course, we knew that. Just at the beginning of the match, looked like he might have a hip injury that you were pointing out, P-Mac. It did not eventualize.
He got some treatment from Bill Norris, the trainer. Oh, yes. That's where you give credit to the tour trainers, for coming out mid-match or before the match and keeping these guys in decent enough shape to be able to play. And believe me, they have a lot of nicked up players on their hands in these events. 15 all. Double fault number 6 from Costa. $15.30.
Second serve and a huge moment in this match. Second set 4-4, 15-30, 6-2 Agassi first.
Oh, great return. Agassi right on top of it. A short backswing. Punched it deep, and Costa just had no time to get ready for that.
Agassi just keeps the pressure on, and he's played so many big matches and important points. He handles it so well now. Break point. Break point. Oh, he just turns it around.
Oh, there it is.
Break a serve, 5-4. Agassi will serve for the match, and we come back to our coverage of this semi-final men's singles at the NASDAQ 100. It's Carlos Moya of Spain waiting for the winner of this match. Potentially determined here in this game with Agassi leading 5-4, just broke Costa's serve. Agassi broken once only in the match. Agassi going for his third straight NASDAQ 100 Open title. He won the Australian this year. Only slam played so far. And he's won the NASDAQ more than anyone at 5 times. But PMAC, if it's to be Agassi in the final, he's 2 points away. Moya and Agassi will be
Oh yeah, I'm really
huge.
I really look forward to seeing that one, because I think Moya has some things that can really bother Agassi. He's got a bigger serve than Costa, more damage with the forehand. He can come in, and I think that's going to be a tremendous final.
30-15. Agassi thought it was over. A lot of the fans thought that that ball was going to land in, but it just landed long. Still match point Agassi.
from the crowd, from him to them and they to him, as he will take on Carlos Moya in what is going to be, should be, scintillating final, because these two guys are playing some serious ball, one apiece between the two of them to this point. So Agassi going for NASDAQ 100 Open title number 6 in the final. We'll be back to wrap things up from Miami after this break.